At the time of uploading this video, I have about 75,000 subscribers, and my very first upload, which is now privated, was posted on November 11th, 2024, meaning it has taken 1 year and 4 months to get to 75,000 subscribers, and I wanted to see just how fast I could speedrun this number on PewDiePie's Tuber Simulator. The speedrun timer starts when I press new game, and as PewDiePie explains the basics of becoming a YouTuber, he says the first thing that we need is a camera, so we take the camera and place it immediately on the ground, since it doesn't really matter where you place it. Next, he shows us where all the magic happens, and this is the area where you make your videos. And if you're unfamiliar, you're basically just pressing a button and it makes the video for you, and you generate views, which are basically a form of currency in this game. And if you look under the views in the top left, you'll see a different number, and that's the amount of subscribers you have, which is right now at 3. And finally, after about a minute and 20 seconds, we got through the basic tutorial. And our first main priority in the game is leveling up, and that's done by just buying different objects with your views. But there's just one thing that we need to do before going all in on the levels, and that was go into the shop and start the no ads free trial. Now this isn't a requirement, but it does save us a pretty decent amount of time, because the boosts you get from watching ads are very good and are basically necessary for the speedrun, and getting that free trial basically saves us time and the annoyance of having to watch them. And you might have seen there, I activated a views boost with an ad, and then I also activated a shipping boost with the ads. And this is where we just start buying everything like crazy. Since we got the view boost, we can afford everything, and then since we got the shipping boost, it all gets shipped to us very quickly, allowing me to instantly make it to level 2, which is very important because it unlocks items that allow you to level up different kinds of videos. And if you're new to the game, the different type of video thing might be a little confusing, but don't worry, because we don't have to worry about that in the speedrun, and they're only important because buying items for the different categories levels up that categories, and then it gives you brains and bucks. Now the brains are important because they're used in this thing called a knowledge tree, where at first you basically just buy knowledge that gets you more views, but there's one very specific knowledge that we need, and I'll mention it later on. Because for now, we went back to opening up more boxes and leveling up the different categories to get more knowledge and more bucks, and whenever the videos got finished, we go back to make another one. And you might be thinking that we're already 5 minutes in and I only have 74 subscribers, meaning that I still need to 1000x that number, and this could take an eternity, but don't worry, once we have everything set up, that number starts increasing exponentially. So I went back to opening up more boxes, using the brains and the knowledge tree, and a cool little fun fact, we reached 1,000 subscribers in 9 minutes and 3 seconds, which is actually a whole 2 minutes faster than the world record, but I'm pretty sure this technically doesn't count as I used the VIP thing, and the rules specifically say no money spending allowed, but when you really think about it, I'm only using the free trial and not actually spending any real money, but I don't really know the technicality behind that, so it feels a little wrong trying to claim it for myself. But that aside, this game also has quests that you can complete, which I do sometimes go for because they can give you bucks, and though I haven't mentioned anything about the bucks, they're basically a premium currency in the game that you can use on anything, and they end up being one of the most important things towards the end of the speedrun. But for now, I also had to give myself a channel name, which I kind of just did a random thing, and also mentioned giving myself the channel name because it is something important and comes into play later on. And around the 14-minute mark, I'd actually gotten enough brains to max out 2 of my knowledge tree skills, which got me even closer to that final knowledge skill that I needed. And for everything you're not seeing within this speedrun, just imagine that I'm opening up boxes and placing down new items constantly, because that's all it really is, until I finally made it to over 5,000 subscribers, and I got enough brains to unlock the final skill that we needed, which you couldn't really see there because I was going a little too fast, but it basically allows you to make a second video at the same time. And nearing the 25-minute mark, when we reach 100 bucks is when everything starts coming together, because first we use 65 bucks to buy this thing called a subs magnet, which gives us 20x subscribers for 2 hours, and after activating it, we immediately start recording 2 videos and make use of this minigame called the Gobble. And basically in the Gobble minigame, there's all these different treats around the map, and you have these 4 things called pixelings that you drop around them, and you kind of just have to hope and pray that they eat the different treats, and depending on how many treats they end up eating, you get a timer boost for your uploads, which in our case end up uploading immediately. And just like that, we made it to 33,000 subscribers. So once again, I did the same thing, going into Gobble, dropping down my pixelings, collecting the subscribers from the videos, which got me up to 50,000. We were now only 25,000 away, but we had one problem. The videos were going to take 26 minutes to make, and you can't get subscribers until those 26 minutes end, and we just ran out of Gobble attempts. Also, in order to get the Gobble attempts back, we need 50 bucks, which looking at the top left, you can see that I only had 35. But there was one solution. Remember when I said I named myself, and that part was actually important? And it was important because it unlocked this Discord reward for us. Basically, you're supposed to click on the button and join their Discord, and they give you 25 free bucks, but you actually don't have to join the Discord, you can just click on the button button and they give it to you anyways, which gave me enough bucks to refresh the gobble, so I quickly ate the fruit, going into the minigame, having my pixelings all eat away at the treats, and quickly leaving the game, collecting my subscribers and getting up to 71,000, meaning we're just one video away from getting that 75. So I quickly did the same exact process again, and after collecting the subscribers, the timer ended at 29 minutes and 23 seconds, and we actually ended off at 91,904 subscribers. A little bit of an overshot, but we met our goal, and that's all that matters. And tune in next time when I try to speedrun Mr. Beast sub record. Okay, bye bye.